As we come to the end of Palm Sunday, I think about the gospel and the characters that we heard about facing their anger, their confusion. They're in a situation that was hard to understand, and they responded to that stress in different ways. Judas and the high priests and Pilate responded to the anger in a way that grasped at power, tried to force someone else's hand, really betrayed the Lord. Blessed Mary and John chose a different path in their uncertainty. They clung to the feet of Jesus. They stuck with him. They followed him. They were just steadfast and faithful, trusting the Lord had a plan that he was going to bring good out of this seemingly hopeless situation. That was a mess that was throwing the world on its head, threatening chaos politically, which is why Pilate and the priests and others did what they did, which was evil. But there is a middle road, and I didn't talk about that this morning. Those of us who say, I'd like to be faithful. I want to be Mary. I want to be John. Lord, I will never betray you. I will die for you. Are those words familiar? You heard Peter say them. But then you know that he was told, the cock will crow, and before that you will deny me 3 times. And that's a message that's important for us to hear too, who want to be faithful but who are weak, who know that we stumble, who have good intentions at times but really fail to follow through, but yet get up and try again. That we have Peter to pray for us, we have the example of Peter to guide us, and the Lord, who had said to him, Peter, I pray for you that your faith may not fail. Even though Peter failed Jesus, he rejected him. He didn't act with total love and steadfastness, yet his faith in Jesus sort of remained. So he was able to turn back to Jesus for forgiveness and to turn back to Jesus to begin to serve him again. Judas didn't have that faith. He went off trying to, again, control things himself, not turning to the Lord for mercy or for help. But Peter's an example for all of us. And we want to be faithful, but we're weak and we stumble and we get discouraged. Don't turn in on ourselves. Turn to the Lord. And in those moments, cling, grab onto his feet on the cross. And then we can end up in the place like John and Mary. Or like Peter on the shore of the sea in John chapter 21, when Jesus says, do you love me? And then he says to Peter, feed my sheep. They were reconciled. The weak man who wanted to be faithful but struggled was made the head of the church. He was a faithful disciple who, in his last days, did give his life as a martyr. So we have models of hope. When we have uncertainty and anger in the world, not to turn in on ourselves in cynicism like Pilate, the high priests, and Judas. If we aren't people that are totally steadfast like Mary and John, then maybe we're like Peter. Cry out to the Lord, turn to him in mercy, grab onto his feet and hold on tight. The Lord asks, do you love me? Say, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. And continue to try and trust in the Lord's care. So God bless you as we conclude this Palm Sunday and enter the rest of the holiest of weeks.